Hello everyone, my name is Alexis and welcome to Design Your Life, the 30-day yoga journey, day 28. All will be well. Today's class is a slow flow, so you can wear comfy clothes, you can grab any and all props that you want, and we'll begin in a cross-legged seated position on your mat. Bring your hands to your heart. And we'll begin with a very simple check-in. I want you to take a big breath in through your nose and sigh it out the mouth. Continue breathing and begin to check in. How are you feeling today? In your body? In your mind? What emotions are you feeling? Whatever comes up, don't judge it. Just let it be. Just name it and let it go. Hopefully this class can provide a little bit of comfort. These poses are fairly simple. They give you a lot of flexibility to do what you need to do. So take the next 20 minutes or so to find comfort in this class. You can open your eyes and inhale the arms up overhead. And exhale, we'll come into a very gentle side bend. It doesn't matter which direction you'll go. We're going to go both ways. Reach through the top hand. Make sure both sits bones are planted down to the mat. Open up that top shoulder towards the ceiling. Breathe into your side deeply. And move to the other direction, reaching up and over. Try and create a long line between your hip and your wrist, imagining that each of your ribs could stretch apart just a little bit more, creating a little more space in your torso. And come back through to center. And take note of which foot is crossed in front, because we're going to be doing forward folds. So from here, wherever your legs are crossed, fold forward. You can fold forward just until your hands reach the floor, onto a block, or onto your forearms, like I am. As you are here, try and press the sits bones back into the mat, almost like you're pressing your tailbone back into the mat. That will accentuate the stretch and deepen it just a little bit. If you need a little bit of an extra sensation. And lift yourself back up. And we're going to switch the cross of the legs. So whichever leg was in front, switch it back so it's behind the other one. And then we're going to come into a forward fold from here so we can stretch out the other hip. And same thing, try and fold from the hips. Try and send the sits bones back into the mat, just to stretch through the outer hips a little bit more. And go ahead and come on up and extend the left leg out long, keeping the right foot into the groin. Flex that left leg, inhale the arms up overhead, and we're just going to come into a really gentle side bend here. So you're not necessarily stretching towards the leg, you're just doing a basic side bend, but with your legs as they are. This is going to give you a different sensation in the hips and the inner thigh. And come back through to center and then just fold forward straight. Out of the hips, keeping the back, just make sure the back isn't curving in the low back. You want to make sure that you're folding out of your hips so you don't put any undue strain. And lift yourself back up. You're going to pivot your shoulders towards that left outstretched leg and fold over the leg. So we're doing a number of different forward folds to get into different areas of the legs, the inner thighs, the hips, the glutes. So enjoy the stretch. Doesn't matter how far you're going. Just let it be wherever it is. And lift yourself back up. And we're going to switch legs. So bring the left leg into the groin and extend the right leg long. Flex the right foot so the toes are reaching up to the ceiling, and inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, come into a side bend. Same thing as what we started this class with. Reach through that upper arm and lift yourself back up through to center. And then from here, hinge at the hips, fold straight forward out of the hips. Let yourself relax and soften in this class. Whatever is happening in your life, whatever is worrying, put it on hold for now while you enjoy the poses. And lift yourself up, pivot your shoulders towards that right leg and hinge over the leg. And lift yourself up. And we're going to come into butterfly pose next. So bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart. You can have the knees as far away from you or as close to you as you'd like. Find whatever's comfortable here. You don't need to use this class to push yourself or to try and gain more flexibility. The focus of this class is to feel good. So find comfort in these poses to the best of your ability. And lift yourself up. Bring the knees together and we'll come into a straddle pose. Now, if you want to sit yourself next to a wall or up on a block to make sure that your hips are square and level, you can do so. And if it feels good, you can fold forward. It doesn't matter where you are. Just keep your feet flexed and enjoy whatever the stretch brings you. And lift yourself up. Bring the knees back together. Maybe windshield wiper the legs side to side if that feels good, if you need that. You might feel one side need a little bit more stretch or love than the other, and that's okay. And then from here, we're going to come into tabletop pose. So, like always, set yourself up for success. Make sure that your hips are over your knees, shoulders are over your wrists. Engage through your core. Press through the palms of the feet, and then palms of the hands, excuse me. And then walk your hands forward a couple inches, and we're going to do hip circles. So let your hips fall back to your feet, and then swing them around, let them drop, and swing them around back. And then switch directions. Beautiful. Bring your palms back underneath your shoulders and move through some cat-cows. Beautiful. And then from here, just slide your right knee forward between the hands, and we're going to come into pigeon pose. If upright pigeon like this is inaccessible, come to lie down on your back and bring your right ankle on top of your left thigh for reclined pigeon. Either way, keep your hips nice and square and relax into the posture. And if you're an upright pigeon and want to fold forward onto your forearms like I am, go ahead. And lift yourself up. Rock yourself over onto your right hip so you can swing the left leg all the way around and plant your left foot on the outside of your right thigh. And if it's uncomfortable to keep the right leg bent, you can stretch it out in front of you. And then from here, either way, we're going to take a twist. So twisting to the left hand comes behind you as a kickstand. You can hug the left knee into the chest, or you can bring your right elbow on top of the left knee. It's up to you. And we're going to come back into pigeon pose. So swing that left leg around and come back into tabletop pose, and then we'll just switch sides. So left knee slides forward to come into full pigeon. You can always do reclined pigeon pose if you need to. Lift yourself up if you are folded forward, and bring the right foot all the way around so that it can come to rest outside of the left thigh. And then we'll twist over to the right. So right hand comes behind you as a kickstand. Hug that right knee into the chest. Inhale to get nice and tall, and then exhale to twist a little deeper. But try and keep the twist isolated in the upper body and keep the belly firm. And come back through to center. Let your legs go forward. You can windshield wiper the legs, buckle the knees, whatever you need to do to get comfortable. And then we're going to come to lie down on our backs. Pop the hips over to the right and let the knees fall to the left. You can do whatever you want with the arms here in this twist. I am clasping opposite elbows, so you can have cactus arms, T-shape arms, you could have them by your side, resting on your belly, whatever is most comfortable to you. Remember, the point of this class is comfort, a feeling of nourishment. So pick the arm position that enables that for you. And come back through to center, pop the hips over to the left, and lower the knees over to the right. Bring the knees back through to center. And we're going to come into reclined pigeon. So if you were in reclined pigeon already, you can just come back into it with us. No such thing as too many pigeon poses. So bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh, and you can stay there with the left foot on the ground, or you can hug the left leg into the chest like I am. And if you had the left leg into your chest, let it fall back to the mat, and we'll just switch sides. So left ankle comes to the right thigh. You can stay there or hug the right knee into the chest. And let your right foot come back to the mat. And from here, we're going to come into banana pose. So swing your legs so they're at the left edge of your mat, and then pick your shoulders off the mat and shimmy them over to the left side of your mat as well. So you're basically making a banana shape with your body. And then I like to clasp opposite elbows. Sometimes it can be nice to reach the right arm up and over and sort of grab the right wrist to gently pull the arm over to the left. But again, comfort, nourishment, that's the name of the game with this class. So find what feels good and non-stressful for your body right now. Wherever your arms were, release them back by your sides and let your right foot swing over to the right edge of the mat. You can cross the left leg over it and then lift the shoulders off the mat and bring them over to the right. And once again, Do whatever you want with your hands, but if you had a sort of clasp or grip, just make sure it is switched. So if you were gripping the right wrist on the first side, grab the left wrist on this second side. And let yourself go and come back to center. And we'll finish with a short shavasana. So let your legs come as wide as the mat. Let the feet splay out. Rest the arms by the sides. Shimmy the shoulders away from the ears. Take a big breath in through the nose. Let it out the mouth. And let yourself relax. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Make circles with the wrists and the ankles. Hug the knees into the chest and give yourself a hug, maybe lifting the torso off the mat. And then make your way up to a seated position, legs crossed in front of you, just as we began. And then to finish, we'll finish with a big breath in, lifting the arms up overhead, and exhale. Pull the hands to heart center. When you're ready, you can open up the eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope this class was soothing and nourishing and comforting. Give it a thumbs up if it was. Don't forget to subscribe. We have 2 days left of this 30-day yoga journey, and I can't wait to share them with you. So, until tomorrow, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye for now.